And now we will tackle the end of level 2. Our last 15 for this level. Okay. 2 to 6 now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 spade tricks. 3 hearts is 6. 3 clubs is 9. A diamond is 10. But we do need 12 tricks. Can't get any more from spades or hearts. If clubs were 3, 3, we would have our 3 club tricks. Or our 2 extra club tricks. And that would be all that we need. We could just lose a diamond. Diamonds on their own don't look like a great choice for getting 2 extra tricks. We could get 1 with a diamond finesse. And if we got 1 with a diamond finesse, we could continue on with diamonds, hoping they were 3-3. You know, you play low to the queen, it holds. You play the ace, you play a low diamond. But that would be pretty poor because if diamonds weren't 3-3, you would just go down. And I suppose you could have like tested clubs first, see if clubs were 3-3. But a possible way we could approach this is to see if we can get 1 trick in diamonds, because if we can, we might then tackle clubs differently. I wonder what the best thing to do in clubs is. If we took the diamond finesse and it held, we could then play for like a 4-2 club split, which is a fair bit more likely than 3-3. There's also potential of playing like low to the 10 of clubs. And if we were going to play for 4-2 clubs, if we were fine losing a trick in clubs, low to the 10 might be good, because then we would win even if clubs were 5-1 as long as lefty had the jack. That seems like a good way to play clubs if we get a diamond trick. And if we don't get a diamond trick, then we would just play for clubs to be 3-3. But it is safe to try for the diamond trick, because if we play the queen and it loses, they might clear the diamonds. But that's okay, because our chance of 3-3 clubs is still very much alive. So that seems like a pretty good approach. Let me get my handy table of probabilities open just so I've got that. What did it say? 3-3 is like 36%, and 4-2. I want to say 4-2 is actually close to 50%. Yeah, it's 36% for 3-3, 48% for 4-2. That's pretty good. If we're able to play clubs for just being 4-2, that's great. Yeah, so that seems like the best way of combining these that I see. Any concern about entries? We can go low to the queen of diamonds. If that holds, I'm already in this hand to play club up to the 10. That seems okay. I basically just don't need a lot of entries to the north hand. I only need them for this first diamond finesse, so let's save entries to the south hand. Okay, diamond first. And it holds. And so now we can go and play clubs a much nicer way than just banging down the ace, king, queen. We can play low to the 10. Cool. And that will require a little bit of untangling the clubs if they play the jack, but we do have a lot of entries to both hands. And that worked out nicely. And look at that, the clubs were 5-1. That certainly paid off. Yeah, it's a fun little bit of combining lines. Okay, one spade overcall on our left. So how are the spades divided then? Could be 5-1. We expect West to have 5 spades. It is possible for them to have a 4-card overcall, but probably not when we have the ace and king. 4-card overcalls usually require quite a strong suit. I would not recommend doing this missing both the ace and king. So it could be 5-1 or it could be 6-0. And we should be a little bit wary about the 6-0. Like, we probably, at a glance, I'm guessing we may not want to commit the ace of spades here, because we don't want that to get roughed if East is actually out. But let's see where we're at. 2 hearts, the rare part score in Bridgemaster. We're currently losing, it looks like a heart, a spade, 2 diamonds is 4, and a club is 5. But at a glance, it looks like 5 losers. Is there any way to get rid of more losers than we have? Maybe not. We can't rough diamonds, we can't rough clubs, there's no extra winners coming in dummy. So it looks like we need to just make sure that those 5 losers we counted are actually the only losers we have. And playing the ace of spades at trick 1 is a pretty easy way to lose a spade that we weren't supposed to lose. So I think it's just going to be about making sure the ace of spades doesn't get roughed, because we do need it to prevent a second spade loser. West is likely to get in when we play hearts. Let's say we play the queen, East shows out, and we play the king. We start attacking hearts, West is likely to win and then still keep leading spades through the ace. And we'll have to continue to not play the ace. Just let... oh, that's actually a little bit interesting. Yeah, we might actually end up with 2 spade losers as we refuse to play the ace because we don't want East to rough it. But then, by taking on a sort of unnecessary second spade loser, the ace of spades becomes an extra winner which we could use to pitch a loser somewhere else. So we don't need the ace of spades to pitch a small spade. We could use it to pitch a small diamond or club. So that looks like the right thing to do. So let's not take the ace, because that could be dangerous. And alright, so it was fine here, but it may not have been. I bet you if I play the ace, East will rough. And we'll start working on trump. And I expect West to win. And for a spade to come through. And we're going to have to just not play the... Oh, actually, is this going to work? It's possible I've actually misread this a bit. Maybe... I can't... Yeah, I think this actually won't quite work, what I was imagining. Because if we take the spades... If we play the ace, it's going to get roughed, and that's a problem. If we let them take these 2 spade winners like this, they can still force a rough on the ace of spades. Oh, but they didn't? Wouldn't that have potentially been a problem for us? They didn't. Oh, okay, that's because we're still in trouble. The club is actually our only entry to the ace of spades. And so, unless we use it now, we can't get back to it. But of course, if we use it now, it'll get roughed. We've already lost 3 tricks. We're still going to lose 2 diamonds in the club. Okay. So while seeing the dangers, I thought that playing the king trick 1 would be safe, but maybe that can't work. Maybe the point here is actually that we do need to play the ace first. That seems like it'll come to the same problem, though, right? If we play the ace first, even if let's say that we had to hope for 5-1 spades, which may not be true. I'll think about it. If we play the ace first, and ready doesn't rough, okay, sure. But oh yeah, that's all right. Because then even if Lefty gets back on lead and plays spades, we don't have to commit the king until after East, so we'll see if they rough or not. We play a heart to West's ace, they play a spade, and East roughs. We just pitch a spade loser, and East has to return, diamonds or clubs. Then we draw trump. Okay. Well, it's often quite dangerous to grab this ace on auction like this. I think maybe we have to look a little bit deeper and see that if we don't take it now, it's actually in danger. Let's see. Okay. And now we should knock out that Ace of Hearts. Okay, had to think like a little bit further ahead. And now if they ruff, we just refuse to play the king, of course. They have to play something different. And now we can draw the rest of the trump. Which is that. And then we're good to go, losing just 2 tricks so far, and we'll lose 2 more diamonds and the club. Okay, that was a pretty good one. Get my tracking spreadsheet out. We'll still mark that one down as wrong. Got a lot of the salient points, but didn't quite follow that through to a successful line. Yeah, the point there is if spades really were 6-0, we actually don't have a chance. Well, unless righty has the ace of hearts, but they're not likely to. Okay. Neither opponent opened or bid anything, so that could be relevant if we have to track down some high cards. And I do immediately see a king-jack combination where there could be some guess. Yeah, neither west or east opened. Worth pointing out. Okay, so we have a spade loser, a heart loser, potentially 2 clubs. So that'll be 4 losers. That'll be a problem. If we guess clubs right, and righty doesn't have the ace-queen, so if it's possible to guess clubs right, and we do so, yeah, we're likely good to go. We do also have these solid hearts, which maybe we could set up in some way to pitch some club losers. I would worry that West is going to put us to a guess in clubs pretty quickly, potentially. Let's see, who has the ace of hearts? It is almost certainly lefty. This king lead without the queen is either king doubleton or singleton, or West has the ace. And king doubleton or singleton, kind of unlikely. Just a big split, right? We have 5 hearts, they have 8. Be like a 7-1 split or a 6-2 split, so not too likely. So probably West has the ace king of hearts. Like, very likely. That's 7 high card points. If they had the ace of clubs as well, that would be 11. Yeah, they might still not open. So we can't be too sure yet what's happening in clubs. This trick is forced in any case. All right, king of hearts. And that is the immediate club guess. Okay. We don't have a ton to go on there. Let's see, though. We haven't actually talked about the possibility of avoiding a spade loser, which we might. So that was, yeah, a spade, a heart, 2 clubs was the concern. If we do end up losing both of the clubs, we'll then need East to have the queen of spades. We don't need East to have the queen of spades yet, but if we get the clubs wrong, then we will need East to have the queen of spades. So let's imagine a couple things. If let's see. If West has the ace of clubs to go with the ace king of hearts, then East definitely has the queen of spades. Because we would give lefty ace king of hearts at 7, ace of clubs is 11. If they had the queen of spades, it would have opened. So if lefty has the ace of clubs, then East has the queen of spades. If we play the king and it loses, try actually like put this together in something that's a bit more coherent. It seems this might be like a little bit of a wish fulfillment hand where we need to hope for a layout that's sensible. We play the king and it loses to East's ace. We're kind of in the dark as far as what's happening. Similarly, if we play the club, it loses East queen, or also a little bit in the dark. It's possible this is actually a bit more about using the hearts and dummy. Let's see. We do have 2 entries to dummy. We have like queen to the king and 7 to the 10. So we could set up the hearts. But we're also likely to just lose 2 clubs right away. Or that's quite possible, which won't help a ton. Oh, and actually, we can't set up the hearts without letting West in, because we have to actually lose the Queen of Hearts to West. We know they have the ace, so this roughing finesse against East, doesn't work. What else is there for Righty to have? So there's all of other high-cut points, right? It's Ace, Queen of Clubs, and the Queen of Spades. Oh, I should put it this way. Lefty doesn't have the Ace and the Queen of Clubs. Right? Because then with the Ace and King of Hearts, they would have 12 high-card points. So it looks like clubs are guessable, and we just need to get them right. Oh, can Lefty have both black queens? Possible. But they can't have the Ace of Clubs and the Queen of Spades. Aha, okay. I think that then is the reason we would play low here. If we play low, so like if we played the king and it lost to the ace, the Queen of Spades might be offside. If we play this club and it loses to the queen, though. Oh, I thought I had it, but I think I'm explaining it wrong. Oh, I said that the clubs have to be guessable. Sorry, that's not quite right. Yeah, lefty actually can't have both club honors. That doesn't mean that the clubs are guessable. Because it means that righty might have both, and that's a problem. Yeah, lefty definitely doesn't have both club honors. Righty could certainly have the ace queen of clubs, lefty could have the queen of spades, and everything could just be not working. The only useful thing I'm saying right now is that if lefty has the ace of clubs, then righty has the queen of spades. I don't think that turns into a good reason to play king versus 10 here. Yeah, I don't have a good reason. I feel like I almost have the appropriate answer. But I think about it differently. If lefty has the queen of spades, along with her ace king of hearts, then the appropriate guess in clubs is that lefty does not have the ace. And we should play the 10. That would give lefty 13. Okay, I think that's me formulating it the right way. If the queen of spades is with righty, it doesn't matter what happens in clubs. We're going to be fine. But if the queen of spades is with lefty, then we have to hope that West has the queen, not that West has the ace, because they can't have both of those things. So that's what makes the 10 the right choice. All right. Turns out righty had both. All right. But I think we made the right choice there. We will need to rough that. This finesse may need to be taken twice, so cashing the ace of spades is... Oh. Oh, I've just made a little tiny error right here. Right as I said that. I'm going to want that seven of spades. This finesse is likely to... Yeah, or potentially likely to be taken twice. And with only one entry to dummy, I should make sure that I can actually repeat this finesse. So let me take the nine of spades here. That way I can play 8 to the 7 and stay in North's hand. Okay. Queen to the king just for maximum flexibility. Not that I expect to need the diamonds for any more transportation. 8 to the 7. We'll be rewarded if West shows out. Yep. Okay. Mean of them to have this little tiny trap after we've solved the main part of the hand. But that is important to pay attention to. Okay. Yeah, that's like a tiny hitch for that one. Let me just confirm that they like my reasoning. Oops, what is that? If South misguesses and plays the wrong club from dummy, then 2 club tricks have to be lost. If it's a trump loser, we will fail. Yep. We should finesse East for the queen of spades. True. If East has that card, it won't matter if South misguesses. Absolutely. So, if West has the queen of spades. Using this reasoning called a second-degree assumption by Reese. I haven't read a lot of Terrence Reese's stuff. But yeah, it's a cool idea, though. Yeah, so let us make a second-degree assumption. We believe that they have the ace-king of hearts on the left. If they have the queen of spades, which is the danger case, then they don't have room for the ace of clubs because of the first pass. Yeah. Okay, I got that right. And then we have, yep, make sure that we preserve the spade 7 when the heart return comes back. Okay. Indeed. Yeah, that's a cool bit of reasoning. That's definitely a little bit more involved than some of the high card point counting hands we've had. And we're still using the auction. Over here I see a 2 hearts bid. So at least 5 hearts from West. And 6 is fairly likely when you have a 2-level overcall. Especially missing the Queen Jack 10. Ace King empty 5th is not the nicest suit to overcall on at the 2-level. Totally fine at the 1 level, but a little sketchier at the 2 level. So I wouldn't be too surprised by a 6-2 split in the hearts. The spades are looking good at the moment, though we are missing the jack. We should be a little bit cautious. So we could have a spade loser. And 2 heart losers is 3. Clubs are fine, and the diamond loser is 4. So we do want to be a little bit wary. A diamond loser could potentially disappear on a club, but that would take some work in clubs. King of clubs, ace of clubs, ruff a club. Get back there in the spades. It requires both 3-3 clubs plus spades to behave a little bit. That doesn't look immediately promising. We also we will be building up a heart trick in our hand that we could use to pitch a diamond from dummy. But we don't expect that third round of hearts to stand up. West is quite likely to have 6 hearts rather than 5. Maybe if there hadn't been a heart bid, we might try that. And like rough a third round of diamonds. But I think it's unlikely to work here. That said, we could draw 2 rounds of trump and then do it. And that might not be the worst. We did two rounds of trump and then did that, and they roughed it. Well, we would have lost, I guess, just one spade and two hearts. And they wouldn't be able to draw our last trump. We could rough a diamond. That would actually be quite good. In spades, like on their own, playing the ace, king, queen is still the right choice with 8 cards versus the jack. Also true to 7 cards versus the jack, as long as you can play the 10 after. A finesse is possible, like maybe you finesse against East on the ground that West has a bunch of hearts, and so East is more likely to have spades. But I think this plan potentially of drawing 2 rounds of trump, pitching a diamond from dummy, and then roughing the 3rd round of diamonds might work well. Let's see, these first 2 tricks I assume will be quite forced. We've seen the 5-4 in hearts from East, so we have a positive signal. Standard carding. Oh yeah, this makes things a little bit tricky as well, I guess. Or it makes me execute my plan a bit differently than I was imagining. But yeah, could we just pitch a diamond here? I think this might work okay. So we're 100% expecting East to rough. They gave the positive signal in hearts, which means they had a doubleton, which is all in line with the bidding. If we pitch a diamond here and East roughs, that's kind of like just having that one spade loser we thought we might have. I wouldn't think of it as a heart loser. I'd think it was like losing a spade, because now spades are pretty likely to be fine. Like the only way we still have a spade loser is if West or East has 4 spades after that rough, which is a fair bit less likely. Like if West had 4 spades after that rough, I think they started with 4, which is unlikely on the auction. And if East still has 4 spades after that rough, that means East started with 5, which is also just not likely a priori. So if we let them rough this and pitch a diamond, we could actually rough a diamond. And that only requires diamonds to be 4-3, which is 60-something percent. Also like 63%, is that right? 62%. And that's pretty okay. Roughing right now is actually could be quite a big problem. Like, if we rough with the king of spades, somebody who has 3 to the jack might win a trick suddenly. And now we have no way of getting to the diamond loser. Or not really. Yeah, basically no way at all. If we play the spade, we might lose to a jack that was, doubleton or tripleton. Also an unnecessary loser. But pitching a diamond... There we go. Yeah, lets us rough a diamond pretty safely. And it, to an extent, protects us a bit against 4-1 spade split. Because if spades were 4-1, very likely East had the spades, and they were going to get this trick anyways. Okay. Do we want to be at all fancy about how we go about roughing this diamond? I think we can afford to play like 2 rounds of trump first, just for safety's sake. When we rough with the 3rd trump, we still have an easy way back to our hand, so that's nice. Draw 2 rounds. Am I protecting against a phantom threat by doing that? I don't think so. West could have like a short diamond. West could have like a singleton diamond, say. Maybe not super likely, but the possibility exists. Maybe not when East leads the 10. I believe it will be safe to play out 2 rounds of these. Okay. And it turns out they were a 3-2. That's fine. Lucky over roughs, so I guess we're just in trouble. But West should have the jack of diamonds, given East lead. Rip. No luck. Okay. Why did East lead the 10 from, like, this combination? Maybe to mess with me. No luck. Another possibility, of course, was to ruff with the king of spades, like ruff the third round of diamonds with the king of spades. But that sounds pretty dangerous to me. It really promotes the jack, which I think is a problem. Certainly something I could try, but I don't really expect that to be the right choice. Let's see. Say I do the same thing and I pitch this. Ace. Oh, I mean, maybe again, maybe there actually is some safety in not drawing the trump, just to prevent exactly that issue. Because now if I do this and they put the jack in, or jack of spades in, like, I've got some safety. West very unlikely to have 6 diamonds to go with their 5 or 6 hearts. Maybe that was more of it, just not drawing those rounds of trump. Okay, and now we're good to go. Alright, yet again trolled by the idea of drawing trump for safety, and that turns out to actually be less safe than I think. Alright. Let's see if they talk a bit about this here. They do call out that East completes an echo, high-low. Yep. Yeah, roughing here is pretty dangerous. Roughing low is dangerous for the over-rough. And similarly, roughing high. Yeah, this could work, but roughing high is also kind of dangerous. Yeah, we could promote this doubleton jack and it'll be a little bit sad. Yeah, so we do have this loser on loser. A lot of the time, loser on loser involves pitching a loser from the long trump hand. So it's it's a little bit different to pitch it from the dummy. But we have the same effect, is that we instead of like getting rid of a loser right away, we kind of open up a path to getting rid of a loser later. Now let's see. On this layout, so it's going to go to draw at most 1 round of trump with the ace or queen before he drops down loser. True. Okay. So yes, I could have drawn 1 round. We still have this king 10 here in case lefty is out of diamonds. And lefty is the one we should be more concerned about being out of diamonds. My concern was lefty with a singleton diamond, but the doubleton diamond is a lot more likely. So it's a better possibility to cater towards. Okay, that was an exciting auction. 2 spades, 3 no, and then a natural quantitative 4 no raise. Okay. True, partner does have 10, and our 3 no tends to be like 19 plus, and it could be a fair bit more than that, so the quantitative raise is about right. Okay. Well, we appear to have 4 clubs and 4 diamonds. Clubs are blocked, but we do have multiple entries in diamonds to unblock them, so that's good. That'll be 8 tricks. 1 spade and 1 heart would bring us up to 10. It looks a little tricky to get more than 1 spade, and a little tricky to get more than 1 heart. So it does seem like what we'd be aiming for. But yeah, we do have a bit of a concern in spades. If we win this first spade trick, if like the jack runs around to us, if the jack goes around to the ace, we'd be totally good to go. We'd have 2 spade tricks. But I think West has the ace, and yeah, we can just confirm that's not what's happening. If we take the queen of spades right now, actually, should be the king of spades. That would be the right choice. In general, play high from equals as declarer tends to hide more information from the defense. There are some exceptions, but this is a pretty good rule. You get really used to winning with your lowest equal as a defender, but you should be in the habit of using your highest equal most of the time as a declarer. If we take the king, rather, then there's every possibility that East wins the ace of hearts and runs a spade through our queen, and we're down a lot. Like, East is just likely to have the ace on this auction, and we'll have 2 spades, and all we need is 1 more spade. We could hold this up. We could duck this. If North continues spades, East will be out. And now it will be safer to play the heart, because East is likely to have the ace of hearts. That just straight up seems like the right idea. I'm not sure if there's anything more to consider. Bridgemaster has given us this very suspicious 9 of hearts. Bridgemaster has this habit of giving you the smallest spot cards possible, unless it's interesting in some way to have a higher spot card. So I am eyeing this 9 of hearts with some curiosity. It is metagaming, but it looks quite dangerous in general to win this trick. Okay, maybe now the 9 of hearts will come into some play. Okay, so they do switch. That's also potentially of some interest, because if they manage to clear out the hearts, then instead of spades being the danger suit, we could have trouble in the hearts when West wins the ace. Now, West is likely to have... we're fine with them winning, like, a spade and... Oh, sorry, this is going to now be 2 spades. And 2 spades and 1 heart is all we can afford? Yeah, it's a little bit clunky. If we were in 3 now, we'd have a much better time, wouldn't we? Well, the contract would just be cold, so not so interesting. Let's consider some options. This lead would suggest that East has the jack. If we play, given that West would lead the jack if they had it, so we play the queen, and it goes queen ace. East actually can't lead a heart, because if they play low, we'll let that run to the 9. If they play the jack, we'll win the king and then the 9. So yeah, this 9 does look important. It looks like it's going to stop East from attacking hearts, as long as we put the queen in now. If we duck this, when we duck it around to the king, say, we're leaving East with the ace-jack of hearts still. We play a spade, West wins, leaves their even last heart through, and we're in trouble. So it's important to set this, like, positional stopper up. Or it's more like we're freezing the suit. When we do this suit has, like, become frozen, or at least from... yeah, just like from East's point of view. If East plays a heart now, we'll get an extra trick. Okay. So they do have to come back to spades. We get our spade trick. Alright, and they won the ace, right? Okay, so our king is just good. I was paying attention, right? The king of hearts is good. Cool. Alright, and we're done. Gotta unblock those clubs. Alright, that 9 of hearts was indeed relevant. Alright, the first one today that actually gotten completely correct on the first try. There we go. We're warming up. Alright, an uncontested auction to 6 diamonds, and then suddenly, East doubles. Always something to be cautious of. East knows something. This auction is quite something. Why not just 3 diamonds from partner? Why 4 diamonds? 2 spades is already game forcing. Why 4 diamonds? Not my favorite auction. But okay. We did this, and then East decided to double. What is East doubling on? Well, it's not diamonds, presumably. It's not like a big diamond stack because they have at most 4 diamonds and they're as high as the 9. So it would tend to be some kind of roughing potential a lot of the time. But if so, where? Spade and a club void, like neither of those seem too likely. And from this heart lead, West doesn't have the ace of hearts, so not quite sure what East is doubling on. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go. At a glance, diamonds look fine. Clubs have a loser, and in spades, there's 2 losers that we may want to deal with. Roughing the spades could work, but does require both defenders to have 2 spades, and maybe that's not true. If they both have 2 spades, we could then rough our 3rd and 4th round of spades high. We have the ace and jack of diamonds. And we would still have 3 high spades left to draw trump, which is likely to suffice. But yeah, there's some concern that East has a singleton spade. But that on its own is not really much of a reason for doubling. What do you think of these hearts? So West would appear not to have the jack of hearts or the ace, given this lead. So give the ace and jack of hearts to East. West also somewhat could have the king of hearts, because leading to 10 with the king would tend to be a lead from king 10-9, but we have the 9. Again, a suspicious 9 has been given to us. Maybe just for the sake of this lead. So this actually looks like a doubleton or singleton heart from West. Which could be its own problem. We have no hearts down here, so if East wins this heart, we could see a heart coming back through, and then we might be forced to rough with one of our good diamonds, which would make it harder for us to then rough the spades. That's certainly a concern. Doesn't strike me as like super relevant when I play in hearts here, because East can just win regardless. We're giving East the ace, king, and jack of hearts for this. Okay. Which, I mean, maybe they're doubling on the fact that they have the ace, king of hearts, and the ace of clubs. That certainly looks a bit suspicious. That we would bid uncontested and they'd have all that stuff. So maybe that's what East is actually doubling on. That's somewhat believable. They haven't exactly announced a heart void in the auction. Yeah, does this trick 1 play matter a ton? I guess to reiterate my main concerns, it's that we'll play whatever heart. East will win, play another heart back. If we rough low, West over roughs and plays a club, and we're down. If we rough high, at a glance that seems kind of okay, because we still have 4 high trump left to draw up to 4 trump. But we would like to use 2 of those to rough these spades. And that leaves us then with just 2 high trump to draw 4 diamonds, which would have to then exactly be 2-2. So a little concerning. If I could build a heart trick, that would be cool. And so my inclination is not to spend the queen here and make East, burn something high if they want to win this heart. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it and see. So I don't think playing the queen makes a lot of sense. It just can't win. This is actually kind of pleasant if East lets this go. Or it might be. Maybe it doesn't matter too much. But the hope is, like, now at least I get to ruff low. And if hearts is the danger suit, it seems like I can play on the club or play on the spades. But let's imagine this: ace of spades, king of spades, and those both hold. And we ruff a spade high, ace of diamonds. If I then play a club and East wins and plays a heart, I will need to ruff high, ruff another spade, diamond, back to the clubs, diamond. Like, it can work. I just don't know if it's the best. Let's see. My line doesn't really like factor in the hearts, which seems a bit suspicious. Okay, back here. And they presumably play a heart. And we should be quite concerned that as a test here, like, I don't intend to ruff low, but imagine that ruffing low, we would just oh. That's surprising. But maybe this is another case of I should be more concerned about the West having two hearts than one. Maybe I will come back to this, because my intention is that I might like have to ruff high. And then, have to ruff this. And then we need trumps to be 2-2. Which, may not be the case. Like, my line requires 2-2 diamonds, which wasn't true. So maybe then, if we do go back to... Oh, undoing is so painful. We do come back to here, and ruff low, we would now fail if West had a singleton heart, but we can still succeed against the 3-1 diamond. And the 3-1 diamonds are a fairly real threat. That's like 50%. Whereas, like, how many hearts do we have? 6? So 6-1 heart is a lot rarer than 5-2 hearts. So maybe it's just right to handle the 5-2 hearts and not cater to the 6-1 hearts. Yeah, I guess I'll see what they have to say about that. Let's see. Just land double requesting opening lead of dummy's first bid suit. Sure, people play this double in a variety of ways. But okay, yeah, it could just be for a heart lead. Okay. Ace clubs must be lost. Let's make sure that we don't promote a trump trick for West. Yes. We do need to ruff both spades. Proper timing involves immediately cashing ace and king. I would agree. Ruffing a spade. True. It'd be a mistake to return to the heart ruff. Yes. Then West is definitely out of hearts. My concern with the heart ruff is just that West would ruff it right away. But okay, even if spades were 5-2, ruffing a heart now makes it possible for Ready to win the ace of clubs and then get a trump promotion in hearts. Yeah, I'd have to ruff a spade. Yeah. Ruffing another heart would promote the trump holding true. And yes, if East leads a club, we'll also get a trump promotion. Just like that. Okay. So yeah, we lead the club, which we did to win the ace. And return a heart. So to ruff low. Are you going to say more about that? No, they didn't really talk about that yet. Maybe they will. Another trap is to play clubs at trick 2. I was concerned that would like just promote hearts right away. What we can do is cash the top spades, ruff a spade, back in clubs. Oh, ruff a spade, and then we have no entries back. Yeah. We have to ruff a heart, and that costs us a trick. Okay, they didn't really address my concern about what if the hearts were 6-1 versus 5-2, but maybe the point is that we really just can't manage that. Two, no, three, no. All right, we have 2 hearts and 3 diamonds, 5 tricks. Club is 6. We need 3 more. Clubs are certainly plentiful, but they have a couple problems, or at least the big problem is what if we can't get to the clubs once they're established? So you can imagine, I guess it'd be a little bit unfortunate. That might actually require East to have all 4 clubs. Because if clubs are, 3-1 or 2-2, we can make sure we win the ace of clubs in the 3rd round, and we'll be in dummy to cash everything. In particular, if we played the queen, if it got covered on the 1st round, we would just play ace, jack, 10, good to go. If the queen lost to East, it'd be good to go. If it goes queen and then the jack gets covered, again, jack, king, ace, we're good to go. So barring East having all 4 clubs, we shouldn't have an issue with clubs in isolation. And if East does have all 4 clubs, they can always stop us from getting more than 3 club tricks. That'd be 3 clubs, 3 diamonds. Oh, 2 hearts. And then we would need a spade to round things off. All right. Could be the case. I'm guessing a bigger danger is just making sure we don't lose a bunch of spade tricks if East gets in with King of Clubs. What is this lead from? Could be 4th best, could be 5th best. They could have 6-5. King Jack 9, 6-5, something like that. So we could be in danger of easily losing a club and 4 spade tricks. Dummy's play is forced, so let's take a look at what East does. It plays the ace. Doesn't seem reasonable to play anything higher than the 2. I'm guessing the concern might be around like how we handle this spade lead. Let's see. We have the jack. This does suggest that East started with 3 spades. Because when you have 2 spades left, you'll lead the high one. So if we let this go, if we played the queen, and it goes jack, queen, king, lefty could then clear the spades. Which seems fine, because then righty will be out of spades. If we let this jack go, and then East plays another one, then it goes, like low 10 to the king. Again, lefty can clear the spades. What's the problem? We're concerned about East having 5 spades for any reason? Because if they have 4 spades between them, they should only win 3 spades in the club. What am I missing? I'm not worried about them switching to any other suit, am I? I don't think so. I don't see a big difference between ducking and playing the queen. Seems funny. The queen seems like the right choice in general because we promote the 10 to a positional stopper. Actually, to a full stopper. Oh, okay. So a concern is we play the queen and it holds. Like West actually just ducks it, preserving communication with East. Now East can get on lead and play a spade through the 10. So there is a concern. Whereas if I play low now, if West wins the king, we've got two spade tricks, so that's not likely. If West lets the jack win and East persists in spades, I will now have a real spade stopper, plus East will be out of spades. Okay, yeah, playing low is the right choice. There we go. They can persist. And they can clear spades if they want to. But now West is the danger hand, but my club finesses go into East. As long as West has a club, we'll be just fine. They can return whatever, but then we're just good to go. Okay. Yeah, there was an example then where, yeah, covering could be problematic if West decides to duck. I think a lot of considering dangers, or considering dangerous defenders is like, what if defenders duck at an inopportune time? When you're starting out, you just assume that defenders win tricks when they can, but after a while, you see a lot of reason to duck, both as a defender and as declarer. Ducking that jack of spades would have been fatal. All right. More opposing bidding. Two hearts. A 2-no from us, showing about a 1-no opening bid, 15 to 18-ish. And 3-no. Okay. We have two spades. A club is 3. Two diamonds is 5. We need 4 more tricks. The diamonds are certainly nice. Quite a good chance of getting 5 diamond tricks in general. And sometimes we'll get 6. If that queen falls singleton or doubleton, we can actually get 6 diamond tricks, which gives us all that we need. If we get just 5 diamond tricks, we will still need 1 more somewhere else. See, we do have this. Our danger hand here would appear to be West, who's got a whack of hearts. Leading the 8. I don't know how much we can read into that. If we let this come around to the king, and we win the king, the hearts are very exposed. Anytime that East gets on lead, then we have a problem. Play the jack. That's pretty dangerous. My guess is we play low. So yeah, actually, East has 2 hearts, right? So West has 6, so East has 2. The danger case is something like 4 queen king, and then we leave East with a heart, which they might use as we play on diamonds. If East played the queen, if they played low queen, we'd probably have to let them just have the heart. And then if they play another heart, our king jack will still be a stopper against the ace, and East will be out of hearts. That sounds quite prudent. If we play the jack, and it goes jack queen, and we duck, that's a big problem, because now East could just play right through the king. Over to West's, ace 10, say. So it looks like we need to play this low and not win this trick. When they don't play the queen. Sorry, that actually is tricky as well. That becomes a little bit scary, right? Because if we play low now. Oh, actually, Who has the ace? Unclear. This is a no-trump contract after all. West has the ace queen. We're in some trouble. And ace queen 10-8. That's pretty consistent with this fourth best lead. Because if East plays another heart right now, if we duck this, they'll play the queen and ace. We play the king, they play ace and queen. Puts us in some trouble. Maybe I should think about the fact that West is very likely to have the ace and the queen on this auction. And thus the jack, would actually be expected to hold here most of the time. But still is dangerous to have East playing. Okay, so I think the appropriate thing then is the jack is likely to win. And what we can do is then, if it's dangerous for East to be on lead, we should just try to keep East off lead. Given that we have a heart trick in hand, we now have 4 tricks outside of diamonds. We only need 5 diamond tricks, so we can afford to lose a diamond. So we could play something like 4 to the 9 here, which will keep East off lead. Or if East puts something high in, we'll win the king and we'll try again. But we want to keep East off lead. So we can play the 9, because we have a positional stopper in hearts. If West plays a heart now, we'll just win the king, unblock the diamonds, and we're good to go. We do need 2 entries to dummy for this to work, for exactly this reason. West can burn one of our entries like this. We can't afford to play low to the king, or low over to the queen, because East will just win and play a heart. So we need 1 entry, just a sacrifice, so we can then unblock the diamonds. And then we need another entry to actually get in there and play the diamonds. Okay. All right. Lots more bidding. All right, a competitive auction to 3 diamonds, and Lefty has bid hearts twice. So you should expect Lefty to have 6 hearts. Again, 2 with East. At a glance, we could have a diamond loser. Spades are fine. We have 2 heart losers. We could have 3 club losers. It'd be 6 in total. We can only afford 4. Clubs might be 3-3, in which case we only have 2 club losers. Diamonds could be 3-2, in which case we only have 1 diamond loser. That's all fine. But we can't bank on it. It should be nice to pitch one of these hearts on a winning spade, but it looks like we won't have the chance. We can, however, pitch a club. That at least guarantees us just 2 club losers. So 2 club losers, 2 heart losers, and then we would need the diamonds to split. And that's not so bad. Any chance of setting up more spades? Doesn't seem great. They would have to be 4-3. And we would need just more entries than we have. Ace, king, rough a spade. Yeah, there's not enough entries to use the spades. But we should make sure to pitch a club when we have the chance, at least. Looks like there's a lot of play in the diamonds. Yeah, I don't see too much to this hand, except just making sure that we pitch a club on a spade. We should not try to rough a club, because they could just knock out the diamonds anyways. It just ought not to work. Let's see. King of hearts, ace of hearts. One thing I haven't considered too much, actually, is that auction so far. Good rough by any chance? Ah, rough. Exciting. Okay. Roughing high is going to be pretty fatal. That just guarantees us a diamond loser. And we already have like 2 guaranteed club losers. So we can't have 2 clubs, 2 hearts, and a diamond. We can't afford to rough this high. We can pitch a club. It seems better than pitching a spade. Ideally, I would draw trump before I use the spades. Dropping a spade could work, but dropping a club looks more promising to me. Okay. And then they have used a diamond. That's nice. That reduces our chance of a diamond loser. We've lost 3 tricks. We're down to lose a club at the end, so it seems like we should just draw trump. Which are now splitting good enough. Yeah, there were 3-2. And then we've got the spades to pitch a club. Okay. That one seemed more straightforward, just a simple case of don't over rough, you can't afford to over rough. Cool. The auction itself didn't quite factor in too heavily because even if we had missed that lefty had 6 hearts, it would have been very obvious in the play. Okay, 6 hearts, also unopposed. All right. Hearts are looking pretty good. No heart losers. No spade losers. Potentially a diamond and a club. All right. Diamond loser won't exist if diamonds are 3-2. So let's imagine that we do actually have a diamond loser. In that case, we would need to get rid of a diamond or club loser with these spades. And what are our options here? Looks like a double finesse, so we should play the 8 first, because we finesse against the 10. If it goes 8 queen ace, then we've got the extra trick that we need in spades already. If it goes 8-10 ace, then we don't have another spade trick yet, but we still have the opportunity to finesse West for the queen. And West's lead here suggests that they have one of the honors. It's a low lead. It's not a singleton. Like, East isn't sitting here with 7 spades. We would have heard something in the auction. And it's not a doubleton because we leave high from doubletons. So it's almost guaranteed that one of these spade finesses would work. But there's no reason in risking the spade finesse until we find out that diamonds aren't splitting. So we should test the diamonds first. And then if we need to, we'll take the spade finesse to pitch a diamond loser. But yeah, 8 first looks pretty good to me. Oh, are we allowed to play the jack first? If it goes jack, queen, ace. Oh, that's a problem because then the 9 actually blocks the finesse. Like if we play the 9 later and it holds, we can't get back to the king. So we do need to play the 8 first. Oh, this also isn't very helpful, is it? Oh, because we get blocked. We get blocked out of it right now. Oh yeah, okay. I guess we can't try the 2 finesses, huh? Because jack, if it goes jack, queen, ace. We actually then we leave king 8 in the dummy. Yeah, we can't even like make use of it. Okay. We do need to take the ace here because if we're gonna do this finesse later, we can't leave the singleton ace. That doesn't let us do the finesse. Okay. That became a little bit more interesting because it's possible that West has the 10 and not the queen. So this finesse is no longer quite as certain as it was. Let's draw the trump. Cool. And we will test the diamonds to see how they are splitting. And it turns out they're not splitting 4-1, so we do need the spade trick. So we should try to do the finesse, which does work. And we can pitch either a club or a diamond. Okay. Yeah, just sometimes you need to take risks. You shouldn't take unnecessary risks. But if you foresee the need to take some kind of risk, make sure that you actually set yourself up to be able to do it. So make sure to unblock the ace of spades. Three no. Not how I would play 3-0 nowadays. It's much more common to play a gambling 3-0. Where you have like a solid 7-card minor. But this is a more classic 25 to 27 3-node trump. It just turns out that you don't get a lot of hands in that range. And so using this bid for that is not so great. Gambling 3-node comes up quite a lot more. I don't know how much more. I guess in my experience, I would guess. I might actually guess around like eight times as many hands for a gambling 3-node opening, something like that. In any case, here we are. Partner has brought us some excellent clubs that we may never be able to use, because these clubs are blocked. We have 2 spades, 3 clubs, 5 tricks. Unfortunate. I think it looks like a bit like something we've seen, though, where we may have some choice between getting an entry in diamonds or getting a trick in diamonds. Which, I mean, if we take the ace of spades and we unblock the clubs and we play the 2 of diamonds, if West has the ace and they take it now, well, maybe that's not so helpful. Oh, I think maybe we'd actually play the king of diamonds. Because then, yeah, if they take the king with the ace, we have entry to the clubs. And at that point, we'd have 6 clubs, 2 spades, and a diamond, 9 tricks. If they don't take the king of diamonds because they want to block us out of this entry, we now have a diamond trick in hand. And with 2 spades, a diamond is 3, 3 clubs is 6, we can now work on hearts. So that looks like the right choice. It looks like we should force the defender's hand in diamonds. The threat of an entry in clubs might give us a free diamond trick, even though the opponents are holding the ace. In particular, we can't work on hearts right away, because if we work on hearts right now, they'll just knock out spades. And they'll take a heart, a diamond, at least 3 spades. So we need to unblock the clubs, otherwise the entry is not threatening. They could just take the ace of diamonds and like play a diamond or something. Okay. I mean, maybe it would have been fine. Okay, so the clubs are now like a threatening thing. If we play the king, we threaten this entry with the queen of diamonds, which will sort of scare them into not taking the ace. If you take the ace, they can see how they'd be down right away, right? As a defender, you can see that if you took the ace of diamonds, dummy just has 4 tricks. 4 plus 5, 9 tricks. It can't work. So as a defender, ducking this is a very intelligent thing to do. It's easy when you're east and you can know to capture. It's trickier if you're west to know when to grab the ace. Okay, so if they don't take that, that gives us the timing to work on hearts. And now they could try to knock out our spade stopper, but we have our trick set up now. Yeah, that's fun. There's a bunch of moments like that where I think we've seen a couple, or at least one. I think maybe a couple before already in this level, where if the opponents let you take a trick in one suit, it can then let you switch tack and work on a different suit instead. Three clubs, 3 no. Okay. So, if those clubs are behaving ideally, we could have 7 club tricks, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, so many over tricks. But we should be a little bit concerned that clubs, are not 2-2. If they're 3-1, we could still succeed with a successful finesse of the jack, as long as lefty has the queen. Whether that's singleton or doubleton, or tripleton. But a concern, of course, is that if we do that finesse, a spade might come back through and be fatal. We don't know how spades are splitting. I think we do. This lead of the 4 sure makes it look like spades are 4-4. It looks like a fourth best spade. It may not be. West could have 3 spades. East could have 5. We don't want them getting a club and 4 spade tricks. Whenever spades are 4-4, I think we're just fine. We're just... Oh, maybe that's not true. We actually might not even get any spade tricks, even when spades are 4-4. Is that true? Yeah, if lefty has like the ace-jack, East wins with the king and then leads a spade through, we would have some troubles. Just like this, for instance. So no choice what to play from dummy. Playing the queen would be like a weird defeatist thing to do. Yeah, it seems like we could just lose 4 spade tricks right away, right? Which means it's fine as long as we can work out the clubs. Nothing really to hope for here as far as like who's got what. There wasn't much opposing bidding. I expect that regardless of what we do, they will just grab their tricks. I think this is going to be a bit more about how we handle clubs in a world where they've already gotten a bunch of their tricks. How many tricks do I actually need? What do we need to discard? We may want to have 2 hearts here. It's worth pointing out that it's actually safe to discard a club. Because we don't actually need all those clubs, right? Like, we only need 5 club tricks to go with our 2 red ace kings. Maybe that's the first thing. We probably don't want to discard... Oh, they gave us a spade. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not sure if that matters terribly. But okay. I don't quite understand why. Is it like not paying attention and watch them just like win the ace over here? Is that what happened? Oh, no, that is what happened. Oh, okay. Probably pay attention. There's still the looming threat, potentially, of East having the rest of the spades. Don't really want East on lead. If the spades are 4-4 at this point, then A, they defended weirdly, and B, we're probably just good to go. But yeah, it looks like, ideally in this situation, we would play the ace of clubs first, in case there was a singleton queen offside, and then come back and do the finesse. It's like the normal thing to do. Well, that certainly would appear to be a problem. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have to be a problem. We are still able to get 3 club tricks from this point. Or including this one. So we have 2 tricks. We get 2 more clubs. That's 4. 2 hearts is 6. 2 diamonds is 8. If we can't get another trick in clubs, we can go after diamonds. Maybe. We could duck a round of diamonds, if possible. Only if East like plays the 6. They gave us the suspicious 7. Did they do that? For East to play the 6? No. Okay. Yeah, the problem with this plan is we don't really want East to ever be on lead. If I duck this now, my concern is I just cash 2 spades. But if I take it, the defense could always arrange for East to get the trick. Doesn't seem to work either way. What I imagine is I take the king, and I take the ace. Yeah, West unblocks such that East can win this trick. Oh, but West had another spade? What is happening? Why was I allowed to win? I feel like the defense's play is incredibly strange. But okay. Very odd. Am I supposed to read that spades are just 4-4? Even after... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I thought it was weird they'd be 4-4 after one the queen, but that's not true. Out of curiosity, is this set up such that I win regardless of which one I play? If I play the queen, do I actually win it? No. Okay. Maybe they have a reason for why I should be playing the 10. I don't see that, but okay. Okay, if spades then actually are 4-4 after all, then they're only going to get 3 spade tricks, and so I could 100% just duck a round of clubs, which still succeeds when clubs are 3-1, but also succeeds if West has 4 clubs. Yeah, I could duck this round entirely. I was just concerned that the spades weren't 4-4. But I guess they're already kind of locked in as being 4-4. Oh, that's not quite true, right? Sorry, this is what we would call not paying attention. You do actually have to do the finesse. The marked finesse. Okay, I'm interested to read this one. First, why put the 10 in, if that's relevant? From my point of view, West could just as easily have the ace jack. All right, what did they say? Turns the 5. The good news is the spot cards. Oh, that's a good point. While I was concerned about West having 3 spades, East returned their 4th best as well, which is also a very strong indication that they had 4. Because if they had 3, they'd start with their high one. Okay, that's a really good point actually. Is that along with West's lead along with East's return is actually quite a strong reason for them to be 4-4. That news is we have a guess right now. True. Okay. If we take it as read that they're 4-4, does that give us a good reason then for playing the 10 over the queen? I don't think there's like a good high card point reason for it. If we happen to get a trick now, it gives us more room in clubs, which is cool. Yeah, is there a particular reason to do this? Must play the 10 in order to have a chance? In order to have a chance? Oh, on the above layout, sure, yes. As those cards are given, yes, you would have to. But yeah, if it's like this, I'd play the queen. Agreed. Each twice is likely to hold honor jack than both top honors. Oh, that's quite fair. Wait, we already told them play the king though. We already know that ace jack isn't the case. Does that hold? Yeah, sorry, is that correct? After we've already seen East play the king? We already know they don't have ace jack. Oh, that math strikes me as funny. The restricted choice stuff often is funny. I agree that before we see the king of spades, Ace is more likely to have king jack or ace jack than ace king. Not like 100% convinced. I probably have to look through, think about that more. But okay, in any case, we got that right. And yeah, once we've done this and we actually get a spade trick, then for sure our safety play in clubs is just to duck the first round. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Ask a friend who's better than math at me about D27. The joke is that four hearts is a transfer to four spades. Quite a reasonable bid from us. And does partner bring us a good enough hand to make our bidding justified? Maybe. That ace of clubs could be just enough. The hope is that we just have three diamond losers, ace, king, queen, and then the diamonds are otherwise solid. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Like this does look like a four loser hand at a glance. Just need partner to bring one trick for us, and there it is. That said, we are going to be doing a lot of roughing as we try to set those diamonds up. So if we win the ace of clubs, which seems like a prudent thing to do, otherwise we just have four top losers. Every time we knock out diamonds, they might force us to rough, which may be a problem given that partner has no spades. Let's say we have 7 spades, they have 6. If spades are 3-3, no problem. Ace of clubs, rough a heart, 3 rounds of trump, and then we still have 3 spades left. So we give up a diamond, they make us rough, give up a diamond, they make us rough, give up a diamond, they make us rough, and the diamonds are good. But whenever spades are worse than 3-3, we're going to be in some trouble. Because those repeated roughs, like the heart or club roughs they make us do, will promote a trump trick for the defense. So an alternative is to take the ace of clubs and start playing on diamonds, but that seems fraught also. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I was thinking they can rough the third round of diamonds, but they can win the third round of diamonds. That's like not really much of a concern. Diamonds are 3-2, that seems fine. I don't care if they're up the third round. If diamonds are 4-1, that's a problem. They could take ace, king, queen, and then also a diamond rough. And, I mean, what can we do about that? But spades being worse than 3-3 is a fair bit more likely than diamonds being worse than 3-2. So I think that is the appropriate thing then is going to be to play diamonds right away. Your diamonds, ace of hearts, and a rough. Okay. And they didn't continue with diamonds, but importantly, we're already one step ahead on playing diamonds. Now, if we had to do 4 rounds of trump to draw the trump, we would still have 2 spades to handle the 2 roughs that will happen as we establish the diamonds. So we can now handle 4-2 spades. Let's see what our spades are looking like. All right, not worse than 4-2. Exactly as bad as 4-2. Cool. And now we can win the timing. We have the timing we need. Okay, so the king, queen, and we rough. And they can win the ace. And we rough. And we rough. There we go. And we are just the timing that we need to get diamond set up. Cool. Yeah, there's a danger to playing a diamond. Which is like if lefty had all 4 good diamonds, or like ace, king, queen, 4th, and then the spades were 3-2, it would have made the wrong choice, but that's much less likely of a problem. Diamonds have to be not just 4-1, but also 4-1 with all the honors in one hand. Okay. 4 hearts unopposed. We are missing a heart, a spade, a club, and a diamond. The spade and the heart losers, those are fast and unavoidable. We have a slow club loser. And diamonds, we do have some choice of finesse, potentially. It would be okay to lose a diamond in service of getting rid of a club. Like, it looks like we could do the double finesse in diamonds, or the repeated finesse. Low to the 10, if that fails, we have a diamond loser, but we can still try the finesse again to get rid of a club loser. And if the finesse wins, the diamond loser is gone. And we're good to go. Just losing a heart, a spade, and a club. Okay. It all seems fine. Our clubs are under attack right now. If we were to play hearts first, after winning this club trick, they could win and clear clubs. And now that first round of diamonds might fail, and they would take their club winner. So that would be a problem. From a timing perspective, it's going to be a lot better to play a diamond first. Not really any danger of a ruff here, or very minimal danger of a ruff, compared to the very real danger of letting them knock out our club stopper. So let's try this finesse first. No luck. But our club loser was not exposed at that moment. Although again, it is now, so we better try the diamond finesse again before we go after our hearts. Okay, this time it works. We do have to pitch a club. Can't pitch a spade, that would not be good. Okay, and we had just enough timing to get rid of that before they got on lead. So they can grab their spade, but that'll be the end of it. Alright, straightforward enough. We always want to draw trump as early as we can, but sometimes as early as we can is not very early. Here we had other work to do. All right, our last level 2, and we've got a 1-no bid from Righty. Let's count points. Okay. So we have 15 of our own, thank you very much. 8 from partner, so that's 23 from us. East has 16, plus or minus 1. That means that's 39, plus or minus 1 in total. That gives West 1 high card point, plus or minus 1. All right. So West is showing up with a jack. They might have room for another jack, which would be the jack of clubs, but no room for anything else. All right, so we can place East with all of the high cards besides the jack of clubs, which may be relevant. Okay, we're in 4 spades. We could potentially have a spade loser, 3 club losers. Is a second spade loser actually possible? Not kind of. If East had all 4 spades, and we did something like play the king to East's ace, they might win the 10 of spades later. But we should not play the king of spades from our hand. Like, as much as possible, we should be trying to run the spades past East, because we know they have the ace of spades. We also know that East has the ace of clubs. So this club finesse looks like it's on. So it looks like we should be losing just 1 spade and 2 clubs. As long as we play everything appropriately. Club finesse is a good one because we could take it once and we're done. Whether East plays the ace or not, we only need 1 entry and 1 finesse. Spades, potentially we'd have to run spades past East twice. Do we really have to? Yeah, I guess maybe, right? If East has all 4 spades, we might need to play a spade past East to the king. If West shows out, we're going to have to go do that again. Oh, but actually, if East has all 4 spades, tricky to stop them from getting 2 tricks, isn't it? Low to the king that holds, and then I play low to the queen. That's already a little problematic, isn't it? Low to the king and it holds, and these has like ace 10 8 left over. Yeah, actually, can we handle East having all 4 spades? Any reason to play low to the jack first? I don't know if we can handle East having all 4 spades. In any case, the club finesse is marked, and we should do it. If we knew East had all 4 spades right now, yeah, do we actually have anything we could do about it? Back, ace, and queen. Oh, we could finesse against the 8. Ah. Yeah, so imagining, let's say we play our first spade actually low to the jack, and they win with the ace. And later we lead the 9. East is forced to cover with the 10. 9, 10, queen. We now have the king 7 over the, like, 8, 4 in East's hand. So yes, we can handle it. Not really any rush to take the club finesse, am I? I don't think so. Yeah, we can play this up. And if it turns out that West does show out, we're still going to put in the jack. And they can win it, sure. How concerned are you about all these roughs? The roughs are nasty, aren't they? Yeah, I'll be a little careful. Okay, so queen up here. We're gonna try to use ace, king, and 10 as 3 separate entries. I think one, potentially 2 for the spades and 1 for the clubs. The 9, we force them to cover. We can't play 7 up to the 9. So they win the 10 and like rough a, and then give us a heart to rough, which would be problematic. Okay. Oh, actually, are we already in trouble? Because even after we take this last finesse, they can make us rough again? Yikes. Maybe my playing my low spade at the beginning may actually have been a mistake. Then come up again. We have this successful finesse we can do, right? Like, we know that works. But if I play this last spade, East can win the ace of clubs and play hearts. And if I don't take the last spade, East might, yeah, either rough this, which is a problem, because now we lose 2 clubs, or they could not rough it, and then I could do the club finesse and I could force you to rough in hearts. Yeah, okay. Maybe I actually can't afford to take that first spade out of my hand. I just really never want East on lead. Oh, but East can always make me rough once. They can always, yeah, they can always force a rough off the ace of clubs and a rough off the ace of spades. Hmm. How do I actually avoid taking 2 roughs here? Play the 9 of spades first. Is that helpful? East is forced to play the 10 in particular. I play the 9 of spades. 9 of spades to the queen. Play the 2 again. I have to play low. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do I have to play spades in like a really awkward way? Like 9 and low? Oh, but this puts us in a world where we might lose 2 spades, and that's already hugely problematic because we're going to lose 2 clubs. Yeah, we can't play spades quite that bizarre. I don't think. I don't think it particularly helps to play club early, but maybe, let me see. If I play the club early, they can get us to rough. Oh, but, oh, maybe the problem was just that I actually roughed this. Okay, I think just the fact that I roughed was already an error. We don't need to rough when we could discard a club loser instead. I think that was probably the mistake. And now I'm actually getting forced out of my entries. Okay, I think my line the first time was right. I just needed to not rough that second heart. Okay, try again. We play the spade up to the jack to see if the spades actually are 4-0, which they are. Okay, fine. At least the ace. But as we've seen, roughs in the long hand can be dangerous. And we've got this loser that we can afford to throw away. We can't afford to throw away another club because we need to be able to actually finesse. But we can afford that one. If they persist in hearts, we rough and dummy and it's fine. Otherwise, okay, we were going to use these diamonds anyways. Let's now try 9-10 king, forcing their hand. Back up here for a spade finesse, which is marked. We now draw the last spade. And importantly, we have a spade left now. So when we do the club finesse, East could win the ace and give us play a heart, but we're fine. Because we've got a trump left. Okay. That is working out where all the high cards are. So we know that East has the two aces, figuring out the potential danger of the 4-0 spade split, and then making sure that we avoid the trump promotion with the loser on loser play in clubs as well. Yeah, it's a hearty hand there. Alrighty. And so in the end here, let me see. 126 of these. $97. Just trying to add some things up. How come I can't add? There we go. And yeah, as it looks like in the end here with level 2, if I compare it to my 2019 run, in 2019, I got 60% of level 2 I marked as correct. 7% very wrong, 31% wrong, and 2% near correct. Yeah, 60% correct, 31% wrong. This time I've marked it as 76% correct and only 17% wrong. 2% very wrong and 5% near correct. Definitely a marked improvement from the last time that I did this a couple years ago. And I can feel a few of the themes that I think I've gotten better at. One thing that seems to have tripped me up repeatedly throughout level 2 is actually overdrawing trump out of concern of safety. But it turns out that drawing the trump is actually what makes things dangerous. So that'll be something to watch out for next time. Yeah, I think also all the hands involved point counting in the auction. I think I got those pretty much all right, so that was good. But yeah, it's really an improvement. And I'm quite excited to embark on level 3, because level 3 is where things do get quite a bit more exciting all of a sudden. We start finding some, I would think, maybe slightly more magical ways of avoiding losers. Some of the things we do in level 2 are can be pretty crafty, like those hands where we force the opponents to choose between giving us an early free trick or giving us an entry. But some of the things we'll see in level 3 and also level 4, I think feel a little bit more magical, where we have losers that are seemingly unavoidable, but we do find ways of making them disappear. So look forward to that.